Alright, YouTube, it is Mr. Mean coming at you this fine Sunday morning about 10:45 a.m. I hope everybody is doing well. I got asked by AZ Gamer, I believe it's azgamer.com. I can't remember to save my life. I'm not that smart. I'm just not that smart. GamerGuildAZ.com. This is not a sponsored video. This is my own reaction to how everything went. I ordered some stuff from them. To be exact, I ordered Blood Bowl, the core book, the 2020 almanac, and the Nurgle pitch, which for those of you that don't know, Blood Bowl is a Games Workshop miniatures game that supports the use of 32mm heroic scale fantasy football teams, and while I'm not a huge football nerd, I'm a huge Saints fan, and I do like the Vikings because I live in Minnesota, so I like to support the local team that I live in the area for, but I don't support the Vikings when they're playing the Saints. It's just the way it goes. I'm a diehard Saints fan. Always have been, always will be. Anyway, Blood Bowl is a fantasy sport game where you use 32mm miniatures. I just happen to have a set, what's called Nurgle's Rotters, that I'm working on right now. So I've just put these guys together, and they are awesome. And so my friend Darren is huge into Blood Bowl, and I didn't know he was as big of a fan as he is. But we have decided to get together and play on Tuesday night, and so I'm trying to I don't think I'm going to be able to get them painted in 2 days. I don't think it's going to happen, but at least I'll have them, they're put together, and I can play with them right now. But then I'm going to hopefully try to get a base coat on them. So, again, for those that don't know, I'm a big miniatures fan. I love certain miniature games. I love Warcry, even though I've never got to play it. I own quite a bit of stuff for it, just never get to play it. I love Necromunda. I have a warband of Palanite Enforcers, but again, don't get to play because nobody around here plays. So I'm actually selling those 2 box games on Facebook Marketplace because I just don't have any need for them, and I need space. I'm running out of space, as you can see. I'm so cramped in here, it's not funny. And Blood Bowl takes up actually less space than those games. I don't need the box set. Darren has the core set. I bought the Nurgle pitch. If you're not familiar, the pitch is the playing field that you play on. There's 3 versions of Blood Bowl now. There's the classic Blood Bowl, which we are in 2020 Season 2. Excuse me. And then we have Dungeon Bowl, which is the same thing as Blood Bowl, but it's set in a dungeon with a little more of a fantasy game, not as opposed to Blood Bowl being fantasy football. This is more of a fantasy dungeon crawl with Blood Bowl teams. I don't know that much about it because I'm really not that interested in it. And then there's Sevens, which is played on a smaller field with less miniatures and everything. So it's like Blood Bowl light as far as I know. Again, I don't know that much about it. But the point of this video was to give AZ Gamers Guild a shout out, and they wanted a review. They sent me an email and asked me to review the books that I had purchased, just basically on the fact of customer service, the price, how did the product come in, and I thought I'd do them one step further. I'd actually do a little video review. So this is not an RPG. Most of you guys follow me for my tabletop RPG stuff. This is for the miniature side. For Blood Bowl by Games Workshop. Now, I'm not a huge Games Workshop fan. I don't like their exorbitant prices. I don't like how they treat their customers. But there's a rabid, fan of Warhammer, players out there, consumers, and good for them. They have the money to support that hobby and play it, and that's good for them, and I'm all for that. That part I enjoy. I just don't like Warhammer's tactics and policies and how they do things, but that's a video for another time. But what I do like is I didn't think I've known about Blood Bowl for years, and I thought Blood Bowl, whatever, fantasy football, blah. Boy, was I wrong. I got hooked bad. So I was talking to Darren, and he's like, be careful if you open up this wormhole because this is my passion, and I'll play, but you got to be aware that, you're going down a rabbit hole. And I said, bah, fine. can't scare me. Look at my gaming library. I don't know anything about going down a rabbit hole. So I ordered my Nurgle routers. I got them off of Amazon. Got them relatively a lot cheaper. I think on Games Workshop site they're like $55. I got them for like $37 or something, $35 off of Amazon. So saved a couple bucks. And they went together really easy for anybody interested. They're one of the less fiddly models to put together, and if you're a miniatures person, you know what I mean by fiddly. So and then I thought, well, Darren had ordered the current rule set because he didn't have it. He's been playing Blood Bowl for years, and I said, wow, I need the core rulebook. So I was looking on Amazon, and they were pretty much close to retail, and I just didn't want to pay that much for them, especially for a game that I thought I might not like. I mean, a lot of times I buy games, I never get to play them, but at least I read them and I get enjoyment from them, and that stuff. So Darren reached out to me and said, hey, I just ordered from this GamerGuildAZ. Darren and I used to both live in Arizona, so we knew where this guy. Tempe, we if it was Arizona, we're like, cool. Well, we'll try to support this guy. Darren said they had really good prices, so I went online and they had the pitch for Nurgle, which is it's a Nurgle themed pitch, and then they had the almanac, which it combines issues 11, 12, and 13, I believe, of their Blood Bowl Spike magazine, which is pretty cool. So this is the 2021 Almanac, the Game of Fantasy Football gaming supplement. So this is not needed to play. I will say, GW, the gaming or the production value of these books is amazing. And GamersGuildAZ got them to me. There are no nicks, there are no dings on these books. They came very well packaged, and more to the point. Shipping was super fast. I got it in less than a week. And Arizona obviously is way south and I'm way north. And they got it to me pretty zippy quick. I think I ordered it on, I want to say either Saturday or Sunday, and I got it on Wednesday, I think, of the week before. So I've had them for over a week now. So I got them like within 3 to 4 days, I think. It was really quick. I ordered them in the evening after Darren had told me. He ordered the core box set. So I knew I was going to have a copy of the rules, and I knew I was going to have a pitch, and I knew I was going to have all the tokens and everything that we would need, but I wanted Nurgle specific stuff because that's my team, is the Nurgle Rotters. But I also wanted a copy of the core rule book. This is the official rule book. And again, presentation, quality, it comes with a chapter mark ribbon. It's amazing. It's really well done. And like I said, I think this book goes for either $49.99 or $59.99 off a Games Workshop site, and I got it for quite a bit cheaper off of GamersGuildAZ. So shameless plug. High quality, thick paper. I mean, the paper is really thick. I was really impressed. We're looking at 137 pages, and you can see how thick the book is. So it's very thick paper. It's going to hold up. It lays flat. It's very, like I said, very nicely done. The art is fantastic inside of it. And this is all the rules for all the current GW supported factions that are out, and all the star players. So star players are just that. They're the star players. You pay more for them. And you are the coach. You are the team owner and slash coach, and you are trying to have your team beat everybody else's team. So Darren has multiple teams. I only have the Nurgles. There's a couple other teams that are catching my eye now that I've kind of caught this bug, but I'm really enamored with the rules so far. It uses proprietary D6 dice that have some specific icons on them. I'm not going to get into the rules because I haven't even played yet. I played my first game this coming Tuesday, so day after tomorrow. I'm very excited. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to get my guys painted in time, but at least they're put together and they have a base on them, so I can field them. And Darren has a bunch of teams as well, so he's like, if you want to play a different team, you can totally do that. And I was like, whatever, we'll do what we need to do. I want to play my Nurgle guys, but more to the point that this video is just to give a shout out. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. There's more to give a shout out to GamersGuildAZ.com. You can order all your stuff out from them, and like I said, they're just really good. And like I said, they sent me a message saying, hey, why don't you write a review about your products? You've had them on the table now for about a week. Tell us what you think. I said, well, I'll do one step better. I'll give you a video review. So price was reasonable. Shipping was fast and reasonable. And the books came unmangled, unlike Amazon. It seems like every time I order a book from Amazon, the corners are dinged. And you're paying $50, $60 a book sometimes 30, depending on if it's a supplement or whatever. And the books are mangled. I'm tired of that, and then when you contact Amazon, and I've done this numerous times, you contact Amazon and they're like, oh, well, that was the only one we had, or it was through a tertiary vendor. We're not responsible. Sorry. So you're just shit out of luck. And so I'm very dissatisfied with Amazon, and because unfortunately, Duluth, Minnesota doesn't have a decent game store. And so what I've done is I just stop ordering from Amazon unless I absolutely have to have it, within a couple of days. If not, I just wait until my next trip to the cities and I go to the Source, which is the big game store in the cities in Roosevelt, and I pick it up there because 9 out of 10 times they're going to have it. And a lot of times what I've been doing is I've called ahead. If I know I'm going, like I think we may go to the cities next weekend. We may leave early Saturday morning and spend Saturday night there and come back Sunday afternoon. If I do that and there's anything in my collection or any book that I'm missing that I want, I'll call them and ask them to order it because they can get it in a couple of days and they'll have it there waiting for me when I get there. Or if we decide to go the following week, that even just gives them more time to get it. So, yeah, but that's, you're spending a hotel, you're spending, for my car, I have an SUV, a big SUV with a 20 plus gallon gas tank. So, I'm looking at close to $100 for a full tank of gas, and it takes roughly a full tank of gas to get to the cities and back. So, that's, $100 in gas, $100 for a hotel for the night easily. And then of course food, for me, my wife, and my son. I'm down $300-$400 just to pick up a $40 book, $50 book. So we try to make the most of it when we go down there. We do, we go places and do things like that, and we go have fun. We make a weekend out of it. So typically that's the plan. But now that I have found GamerGuildAZ, they may have replaced my Amazon, is basically what I'm getting at, because they seem to just care, A, and B, they have very excellent customer service. And I mean, they saw this was the first time I ordered from them. So a person sent me an email saying, hey, we got your order. Thank you so much for ordering. Let your friends know, and, yada, yada. Keep an eye out. We'll keep you. Once your order is packed and fulfilled, we'll send you an email with tracking. And they did. So, yeah, really good customer service, personalized touch. It wasn't, hey, gamer, thanks for ordering. It was, hey, John, thanks for ordering. So, yeah. So I thought I would do this little video as a thank you and to tell you of the great service, reasonable prices, and good stock that they have for all your gaming needs. Go check them out. GamerGuildAZ.com is fast becoming the site that I'm going to use to order all my gaming goodness if I can't get it locally, which I usually can't. I don't have a decent game store here in Duluth. Level Up Games is pretty solid, but he's the same as ordering it from Amazon. And I think sometimes he may even order it from Amazon and then just pass it on to me, because I've noticed a couple of books he's ordered for me have been dinged up. And so I'm sorry, I just don't want to do that. But it's a great store. It's a local store. It's a GW store. They carry a lot of the stuff. And funny enough, I went there to try and get some of the Blood Bowl stuff, and the only thing he had was the core box. And I didn't want the core box because my buddy Darren had already told me he'd purchased the core box. So I was like, well, there's no need for us to both have a core box. And I don't care about either one of the factions. And you do get two teams in the, I think it's $140, $160 for the core box of Blood Bowl, which does give you a hardback copy of the official rules, two laminated copies of, or not laminated, but two heavy card sheets of cheat sheets, which has the basic rules and stuff, the things you need to reference all the time. So that's all he had. He didn't have the dice. I did have him order me the dice, and I got them at full retail, so I probably should have ordered them from GamerGuildAZ. I'm sorry. I'll put a link to the store down in the doobly-doo. But I didn't. I like to give a little business to my local game store because he usually gives me like 10% off. It's sometimes a little more depending on what it is. So it's a cool little store. If you're ever in the Duluth, Superior, Wisconsin area, go check them out. Level Up Games in Superior, Wisconsin. But I think for any ordering I'm going to do from now on, it's probably going to go through GamerGuildAZ just because they seem to have everything I want. And they have cool stuff, and they have decent prices. So that was just a quick video to say thank you to GamersGuildAZ.com. Also, thank you to Level Up Games. And like I said, I got the books, the Almanac, Spike Almanac, and the Blood Bowl Core Rules, and the Nurgle Pitch. Got them in a very timely manner. They're in great shape. If you haven't checked out Blood Bowl and you're into fantasy sports or you're into just carnage, check it out. It's a really cool game. I think you'll like it. It's got the Mr. Mean seal of approval. So I'll probably do a follow-up video to Blood Bowl maybe Wednesday night after I have my game with Darren, which will be the Nurgle Rotters against whatever team he's going to field. And hopefully, probably his Black Orcs. I think he's pretty happy. Or I think he might even have a Dwarf team. So I don't know. But anyway, that's really all I want to do. I just want to give a quick shout out to GamersGuildAZ for giving me the opportunity to order this stuff at a decent price and not break the bank. So I was pretty excited about all that. So give them a check. Maybe, if you live in a rural area that doesn't have a good game store, this might be a good go-to place for you as well. Other than that, everybody, I hope everyone has a fantastic Sunday. As always, peace and hair grease. Remember to like and subscribe. Support me on Patreon if you can. Hit me up on Discord. All the links are down in the doobly-doo. As always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says be nice.